But like, I remember when I interviewed Tyson and, my part of the interview after Zab finished, I talked to him about, Buster Douglas, about how when Buster Douglas, took the fight against Holyfield and he showed up 100 pounds overweight, took a couple strong punches and then didn't get back up. And I remember, I asked Tyson how a lot of people felt like it was just kind of a money grab. You know what I mean? He had beaten Tyson already. He got a huge payday for this and so forth. And Tyson pretty much said, look, when it comes to boxing, some people kind of have a bloodline that, that they follow when, you get in that ring and it's a championship fight and everyone's looking at you and there's the historical aspect of what you do. You go in there and you do what you're supposed to do. Now you may lose, but you go in there and you do what you're supposed to do. And, in that case, Buster Douglas did not.
I saw the condition Buster was in, I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
This is what you have to look at. And I'm trying to find a way, because I know I'm mature enough to say this in a way that's not offensive. I don't know why it's this way. I understand why it's this way. And I think life is not fair when it's this way. It's just some guys, some guys got different kind of characters and bloodlines. Some guys think this stuff is not worth nothing, but money ain't worth dying. And then some people think this boxing stuff is worth dying for. And when you come in to fight for the championship, and you come look decently prepared. You don't come like you look like you want to lose. And at that particular night, Buster came like he looked like he wanted. It didn't look like he trained one day.
Right. He came in, like I said, unbelievably overweight. It was one of the worst heavyweight championship fights ever.
He already probably exceeded his dreams,
Yeah. And, and he went on, I've interviewed Buster Douglas. I mean, he went on and he got back into it some years later, but, after that fight, he went into a diabetic coma. You know what I mean? And that's when he started to get back in shape a little bit and got back in the ring a little bit, but it was essentially over. But I mean, he beat Tyson fair and square. He could have went on to be a great heavyweight. Even if he lost to Holyfield, it could have been a real fight, at which point he would have gotten more fights after. It could have been a rematch. It could have been, okay, I got to build back up to it, whatever else. There was, I think, Riddick Bowe was still in the mix at that point.
Here's a timing thing, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because somebody else would have caught Mike at that time. They could have won as well. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it was largely to do with what Mike was going through at the time.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He wasn't prepared for that fight at all.
No, not at all.
He was partying with Bobby Brown the night before.
Yeah. So, if he'd been taking it completely serious, who knows? We wouldn't be talking Buster Douglas. But that's a big ass if, right? So we know what happened. So yeah, that's just my opinion is that.
Well, I mean, look at, for example, Mayweather. Mayweather takes every fight seriously. You don't see him get in the ring with anybody without it being, months of training camp. He's in great shape.
People fight their personality. Their personality shows up when they're fighting. Like I say, listen to the way they talk. The way they talk is the way they fight. Listen to how Muhammad Ali was so bright. He's one of the most the brightest human beings just in the public eye. And he fought that way.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't separate the personality from the fighter.
That's true.